because it'll start playing over and over and over and over again. Hopefully it doesn't do that. Hey guys, we're gonna hit the intro. We're gonna have a fun show. We're live, yeah. Hey guys, we got Christy Campbell with us. We're gonna be going over amazing. We're gonna play the new intro and we're gonna get into it. It's gonna be an awesome show. So get ready, guys. It's gonna be exciting, and I'm excited. So.
That's good. Was that it?
Welcome to the typical skeptic podcast, where we dive deep, you decide, questioning the matrix, from UFOs, where the shadows unknown reside, Rob Khalil busting myths like ghosts in the night, paranormal pros, secret space ops, yo, we keep it real, no fright, typical skeptical seeking, never sleeping on the lies, aliens, Anunnaki, black ops in disguise, from abductions to ancient scripts, we flip the script, wide TSP style, mile after mile, truth can't hide. Hold up, TSP crew assemble, we dismantle the fable, my lab's targeted souls, breaking out of the stable, Darwin, Howlin', Bigfoot, prowling, cryptids in the mist, Mandela, the fifth twist in reality, can't resist the twist, soul trap snapping, reincarnation mapping, holographic dreams, near-death visions, out-of-body missions, waking up the teams, no censorship here, we fear no elite scheme, conspiracy kings, ringing bells, hear the freedom ring, the skeptical seeking, never sleeping on the lies, extraterrestrials, interdimensional highs. Welcome to the typical skeptic podcast, where we dive.
Cool. It's muted, Rob. It's muted. I can't hear you. Good.
Oh, I should be good now.
Yeah. Now you're good. Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Typical Skeptic Podcast. I have my really good friend with me tonight, Christy Campbell.
Hey, everybody.
Me and Christy have been doing shows together for a long time, and I'm really proud of her for what she's done here. She's come out with an amazing book series, and I want everybody to just, tonight, like I always say, support the podcast. You could do that, but I want you to really support Christy and support her work. Like, I know, like my friend Jenna, for example, I know Jenna's in the audience tonight. I know Jenna got your book, and she loves it,
Yeah.
So, yeah. And just a little bit more about my
everybody.
Christy Campbell is an author and artist of Karuna, Reiki master of Cherokee and Muscogee descent. She serves as a spiritual intuitive, offering readings, soul retrievals, and light language activations that awaken the remembrance of one's starseed origins. Guided by her star ancestors, Christy blends forth earth medicine and cosmic wisdom, helping others reclaim lost soul fragments and embody their higher purpose. Through her books and artwork, she channels frequencies of healing, unity, and multidimensional awakening. In her latest book, ELECTRA, The Warrior's Ledger, is a galactic epic of remembrance and ascension, bridging the mythic and cosmic into a call of reclaim of divine sovereignty. And I have the link in the description. And with all that said, I'd like to give her a big warm welcome back to the show. Christy,
thank you for having me on. Hey, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good evening tonight.
Yeah, and what I want to also say, guys, is what we're going to do is we're going to open up the phone lines tonight, too. So, like, I told Christy, I said, if we run out of stuff to talk about, we'll just take phone calls. So that's why the number's up at the bottom of the screen. So the call-in number, just so you guys know, is 573-877-7637. And then there's a number there for outside. But, like, we want to do a good interview first, and then we'll get to your calls at the end of the show. Yeah. So but anyway, Christy, how's it going? What's going on?
That's going good. Yeah, I just took a good break from writing all my books and putting together 16 of my art books and everything since May. Since we went to the conference, I kind of just started from after that, just writing and doing my ELECTRA books. I wrote 3 ELECTRA. ELECTRA's my higher self, so it's the memory, all my memories of being in the SSP Montauk and the Super Soldiers missions, and I put like pictures and everything in all of the books, so you could see the image of what I was experiencing, and then it goes along with what I wrote there too, so I'm just trying to give people the energy of it and everything. So I wanted to take my time and make it really powerful and effective, and helping people kind of remember too, maybe trigger some memories in a way to help people you know, so it's made to help. And then my art books as well, they're on Amazon, you know, there's 16 of them and they're all 72 pages. So I put in those together, and then I wrote a children's book too. So been busy. I've been real busy. That's why I haven't been on in a while. So
Before we get into all that, and we'll cover
Mhm.
everything, you went to on
Oh,
a
okay.
trip too, where you were like working with the whales or something like that. Did you want to talk about that? That's interesting.
Oh, I went to Boston, to see my friend Kelly, and I spent like 3 weeks there with her, and we just kind of went to all the ocean sites and everything, you know, so I was just doing lots of healing for the ocean and the land, because it's all Native American land right there too. So, just going to those sites and, giving Reiki and everything, to the in honoring the ancestors too, you know, offering tobacco to the places and all the spirits. And the we went she had a little dog, so we walked her dog everywhere and stuff, so that was a lot of fun. Yeah, we went on a whale watch, you know, because they have those whale watches there at Cape Cod, and saw humpback whale and everything there too, so that was fun. I'm going
Yeah,
next year too, so I'll just stay longer next year.
yeah. We got an amazing
Mm,
chat. I see all the whole family's in the chat tonight. Good to see all you guys. Glad you guys are all here. And yeah, so
cool.
let's talk about this Electra, the Warrior's Ledger. Why do you call it the Warrior's Ledger?
Warrior, cause it's super soldier warrior. I'm a super soldier warrior, you know, through all the battles and everything too. So that in the ledger's just of an account of all the experiences that I've gone through. So first is like the Seagate and going to Antarctica, and then talking about super soldier rescue missions as well, you know. So and that's gonna be, and also like the Dark Castle and my lab experiences. So I talk about some of the darker stuff too. It gets a little bit darker with the as the series goes. Montauk is the second one, you know, and it's going to be more of the darker, more darker. I kind of put more darker stuff, you know, as the first is not so much. I don't think it, you know, to me anyways. But then to talk about the Montauk and everything that I went through with Arkeem and Joseph Powell, you know, and then and I've talked about that. We've been on your show before, so you know about that already, and a lot about Arkeem and what I remember, you know, and Joseph, and then the experiences of being in my lab, you know, of um, that's traumatic. This experiences too, of being with like the admiral. So I put pictures in there so everybody can see, and then also at the end is then about Project Ibis being with Michael Aquino. And then in the third book, I still haven't got it yet. The author's copies take 10 days to mail, so they haven't sent it to me yet. But it's the My Lab and My Lab missions, and that one is the 20 and back, and it's SSP as well, 20 and back with George Bush Sr. You know, so all that as well. So I've had videos out of all of them. I just put them in the book so people could kind of take time to read and understand it a little bit. You know.
Yeah, it's more
Mhm.
detailed in the book, right?
Yeah, lots of pictures, you know. It's really, I made it bigger, a bigger size, 8.5 by 11. So and then so it's kind of like our Keem was saying, it's like a PowerPoint presentation almost, because you know, the words are bigger, and then with images and everything too, so people can really get into the pictures too and see, you know, because I made all the pictures, you know, so not like hand drew all of them. I made them on the, you know, AI stuff. So yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. And
Hmm.
then I'll just rewind a little bit. For those of you that are new to your work, for those people that are new to your work, you talk a lot about your Cherokee and Muscogee roots. Like, how has that
Muscogee. Hmm.
influenced your path as a healer, artist, and author, would you say?
It's a spiritual ancestry, you know, through the healing, and it's just a healing spiritual, more connected with you know, source energy, or however you want to call that, you know, source or God, or you know, creator. But it's a connection with everything, all the above and below, and you know, all that. So this is a spiritual connection.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
awesome.
Yeah.
And then what kind of first awakened you to your starseed origins and your connection to the star ancestors?
What awoke me to that was the Karuna, after taking like from 2011 all the way to 2013, I took Reiki and all the way to Karuna Reiki Master. And then after she gave me the fire serpent symbol, then it woke up all my everything that was closed in my mind. It just like opened up all the doors. It's like that's what I kind of see. So it gave me like the Kundalini activation with that symbol because it's a fire serpent symbol. And after that, I started looking at super soldiers and things that I'd never really looked at before, and being able to have a clear channel of intuition of things more, where I could sense things. And um, it just flowed easier for me than before. It was kind of like it was like like I was hitting a wall almost.
Yeah.
Um, so that's kind of how it was with before the Karuna Reiki master class. I was kind of just pushing and pushing. It seemed like I just was trying to reach a point, but it was like I just couldn't get over or reach any further. I don't know. And it was really frustrating. But after that, it just seemed to open up. And then my intuition opened, and healing abilities, and just being able to tune into things more and kind of take things kind of more slower too, because I have a severe autistic son, so and he's intellectually disabled. So that's why I originally took the Reiki classes to help him with the calming down and helping his like stomach and all that. So he probably was the reason why I even looked at that to begin with. So yeah,
Yeah.
and kind
And
of put me on this path, from
yeah,
him.
it just opened up everything for you, kind of, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah.
Erica's looking at your books right now on Amazon, and she says there's so many. Which one to order first? Like, which one would you recommend to order first?
Well, the Electras are my experiences, like within the SSP, Montauk, so all that. So it's gonna have, the words written in there with the images of all my experiences that I went through. But the other ones, they're like art books. They're all of my art that all of them are different. So there's not a beginning one and that. They're all different. They have different covers, yeah, but they're all inside their 72 pages. So it just kind of depends on which one she's kind of wanting. Is she wanting to look more into her experiences? There's like so many I can understand. Like there's um yeah, this like with the warrior goddess one, I put some of the starseed story that I wrote. I wrote this in 2014 when I first during my after the Karuna Reiki class, and I could not write this again. I could not believe, the detail of um, a starseed story is about coming being sent to Earth, to on a mission, and so that's and you know how that is, like it's like channeled, completely channeled information there with that store with the starseed story. So that's in this one, the warrior goddess. And so yeah, they're all different. I don't know which one to tell you to pick, and I did put some images down at the bottom in the description of those, so people could see inside the book on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I prepared a bunch of questions. I thought this would be really good. Can use this interview
Mhm.
for the future. Like, you carry the name CC33. I'm just guessing that
Yeah.
that's Christy Campbell. What's the
Right.
deeper meaning in 33?
Okay, so like in numerology, it's A is 1 and B is 2 and C is 3. So I put so CC is, and then 3 3. So that's why. So I just made it like that because there was other Christy Campbell's on YouTube and everywhere, even on Amazon. There's another Christy Campbell. So I just started writing my initials on all my artwork like that. That CC33.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Yep.
then what does it say? The warrior's ledger feels powerful. Is it symbolic of karmic contracts, soul missions, or ancestral records, or something like that?
This is within the super soldier missions, so these are all missions So this first one is like a being in Antarctica, you know, like my experiences in Antarctica, recovering lost relics. So that was that first one. So they're all recovering like lost relics in each experience in this first one, you know. So
Yeah.
then this next one, this is the Sea Gate where I'm going down with the dolphins and then going through the portal there and then retrieving a lost relic. And that's an experience, you know. With the super soldier. And then this one is like, um, this one is where this is space station going to like the martial arts training center. It's like a space station that, like so many of us that I know, I can find almost everyone that I know, you know, online and stuff that says that they're super soldier experiencers in that. And then like a boot camp. So there's that one. And then, yeah, the Montauk one is just all the trauma. It's more trauma things that went on, you know, like the mind splitting more and programmed to create altars. So then I could do different missions like the assassination or um, whatever the honeypot. So there's lots of different altars that they utilized.
I love that. Yeah, that's
And
interesting.
yeah, there's a time travel too. So it's we would be sent to different places with like in groups we would travel, you know, and then take out different things and then our memories are erased when we get back, you know.
Wow. I
Yeah,
love
so
that. Yeah.
I don't remember all of the missions with that.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
yeah, there's so many missions that they put us through. So yeah, then usually we come back and then they erase it, you know, but the probably like by electroshock or so, then and then it's kind of there sometimes, but then, you know, most of it's just like fragments of it.
Yeah. How do you see this book speaking to like the awakening that's kind of happening on Earth right now? Do you think it'll kind of assist a lot of people, especially people who are kind of waking up to like SSP memories?
Yeah, you know, because I put it's first you can just kind of look and see what the image is. That's helpful, you know, and then um I mean most people who are gonna be searching for this they kind of already are looking at super soldier or time travel or something like that. You know what I mean? So they're kind of it's kind of under that description in the on Amazon, you know?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting. And then it says it also blends earth-based medicine and galactic insight. Would that be like your Native American heritage with like mixed with like the SSP type stuff, or kind of?
Yeah, doing because I'm also doing the healing work as well as by you know getting out the information to everyone, you know, as far as like the this is my truth, and so I'm you know that's how it's gonna be healing for me, but also for others too that want to read um you know I haven't seen like a lot of these kinds of books to where there's images of the experiences. It's more of like a novel or something like that, you know. So you have to kind of imagine it. So yeah, I see things more in images, you know, pictures and stuff, and then I can go into the picture in that way. So that's why I wrote it like this.
I love that. Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned helping others awaken to their starseed remembrance. How can people kind of
Mhm.
begin like identifying with that? Would
Yeah.
you say?
So that's going to be in my readings that I do, you know, because I write all of my card readings, you know, all of my um you know, all the readings. I do readings as well, for an hour, and then so if you wanted to book a reading, then we go over kind of some of the maybe some memories that you might have, and then I can help you find or see more. But then these kind of also give messages as well to help maybe make like help you with memory or remember something else or something kind of triggers, you know, of and something like that. So, but it also is the Karuna Reiki symbols in my light language symbols will be in the book in the cards, you know. So there's like all kinds of stuff going on in the cards, you know, with my drawings and everything too.
Yeah.
So Yeah, see how I put uh the light language stuff.
I
So
love that.
that also is healing. You know, the light languages is light language is my soul language, you know? So it's I write it a certain way, and you know, everybody will have their own kind of language too. You just have to tune into it, you know, and it is available for everyone who wants to do that kind of thing too. It's through singing or speaking or writing, you know? So
Yeah, I agree. Like, how did you first come into that? Like, what happened? Did you just start like drawing one
yeah.
day and it came to you and like, you know, the light
Um
line?
Yeah, I was looking at videos online, you know, and just kind of I just had an interest in it. And then I seen Leah Watterson, her drawings, and she was saying she seen me in an experience, and she had all kinds of downloads too from the night before of an astral experience and where we went and everything. So her writing kind of gave me an activation too, and I started looking at other videos online of the ones that I resonated with, because some I don't. There's some that speak certain ways, and then you know you don't resonate with it, but then some you do, or maybe it's just writing, you know, too. So it's whatever you resonate with. So I mostly like to write. You know, I do speak it to my cat and to my cats and dogs and stuff like that, but I really don't do videos on that because it's um I don't know, it's kind of like a kind of just I don't know, it's more private, I guess, with that part of it. You know, I'm not as comfortable speaking it on video like that, because I don't know, because I don't know what like translation. People want translation of it too, and you know I don't have that translation, so I just don't. I don't. I just use the symbols, and I can tune into the symbols and give you kind of, it's more of a frequency that you feel through the symbols, you know. So I feel most comfortable writing and drawing, you know. That's what I prefer.
I love that. Yeah, and this was a comment from your friend. I think this is from
Yeah,
Yeah,
chastity. Hmm.
she's very good at what she does. She has helped me with several experiences that I had recently. Chastity.
Hmm.
Thank you for your
Hmm.
comment, Chastity. That was great.
Yeah. Yeah, we seen that we were both at the conference, at the Full Disclosure Now conference, and found that we were twin sisters before, you know. So we were like fire starter. She's like a fire starter, and I did other things too. So we both were, uh, we still are very powerful with psionics, you know. So we had a lot of fun at the conference.
I had a blast too. It was fun, right? It
Mhm.
was a great time. I had Brian
Yeah.
on yesterday. It was like
Mhm.
it was a very memorable experience, you know?
Mhm. Yeah. Yes, she's like my sister. We're like sisters in other, we found that we was like sisters that were separated, you know? So that's kind of that's that kind of a bond with her. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
What was your favorite? What was your? I don't think I've done a show with you since the conference. Like, what
Mm-mm.
was your favorite part about the conference? Do you remember?
Meeting with everybody, the you know, going out to eat, and then just being in the car, going to places and stuff like that to kind of closer connections and stuff like that. Mhm.
Yeah, I think mine was like being at nighttime, like us to get all getting together at nighttime. That was the most fun, you know. Like these, like
Mhm.
everybody, it's just kind of like a free for all, and everybody kind of like mingles and stuff like that. I love that, you know. Like I
Yeah.
really had a blast.
I know you had a lot of fun. And we did an interview. We had videos too that we took of each other, you know, interviewing each other out on the beach too.
I remember
So,
that.
mhm,
I remember that.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
This is a question from Kitsalao, from the audience. He says, "Do altars have bleed through on missions, or like, do you remember if they do, or like, I guess it could happen to some people and maybe some others not."
I mean, like, I thought of, like, you know how they do that with the prison people, how they have those kinds of things where they would program these prisoners, and you know, they might have the bleed through from their lifetime, you know, like that kind of thing. So that's why they use kids though in the programs, because their mind is pure when they come in, and then they traumatize them and create the altars through the trauma. So there's no, if it there's no bleed through on the mission at all. The bleed through would come back after you uh, been out of the programs, and back home, like if you did like that 20 and back or something, then came back, then after a certain age, then I think there's something that happens to something with the memory. That's why they always kind of keep a close watch on you and make sure you're not going to be speaking about it and stuff. So,
Yeah.
well, they did before. I don't know.
Do you feel like you've been targeted at all since you started coming out with this stuff?
I don't know. Not. It's maybe in astral, maybe through frequency sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like that, but not like some people describe. Some people have really bad targeting, really heavy stuff, so.
Yeah, and I wonder why that happens to some people and some people, you know what I mean? Like that, I had this woman, she was in my Discord group, and she was saying that she wore a helmet to sleep at night, and she could feel the direct energy weapons bouncing off the
Yeah.
helmet for the
Yeah,
night.
some people
Like,
have it really bad,
yeah,
I don't know why that is, of why some people have it worse than others, I don't, because I mean, that's probably from the certain missions you've been on, or maybe your connections with the bloodline, or they could be many things, or it just could be just because too. Sometimes they just do it, and sometimes they just target people who post a comment on something on a video, so there's lots of things that happen for targeting, I don't.
yeah.
Yeah, some
I
of
remember
it's
when we were
really
doing shows
crazy.
with Priscilla and you, like you guys were really active in the astral. Are you still real active in the astral?
I think so. I kind of um it seems like a lot of healing going on, but I know I still do work. But I do see a lot of healing dreams, like I'm not as activated when they show me the same kind of, in my dreams, some of the symbols that they show me would activate me before to be upset. And now it doesn't upset me as much, like I just wake up and I do like a clearing, or say back to that, you're not going to activate me. You're not, so something like that. So I think I'm more standing in my power now, like that. And uh, as I've healed a lot and spoken, so yeah, I don't know. It seems like that.
Yeah, this is one from Five C's. She says, "Do you have any detailed drawings of the Montauk chair? Do you remember
Hmm.
what it looks like?"
Yes, I do. Yep, I drew it, and then I uh, wrote about it, and they would use that chair to enhance your ability. So it's made to enhance your psychic ability, so you can open up and hold open that stargate, and then go through that stargate and do the missions. So. But first, they do traumatize you, with all this beating and everything too. Severe trauma. I don't know how much I can say on here without, so we don't take it down. But here's the Montauk chair, and
Wow.
yeah, it's the chair with, this is like the Stargate or portal. This is like the Stargate, kind of gives you an idea that you just go through, that you can either send your consciousness through there, or the kids do go through the portals there, and go on missions with the handlers, or like my handlers was like Arkeem and Joseph Powell, and I wrote about them in the book. I just don't. I say their name there, which was Jimmy and Jacob, and then Susan Long and Veronica Bartoloni was also there, but I just wrote S and B, because I forgot their names. But they were like more like um see, like these, they had it really bad with their, when they were younger there at Montauk, but then they're now running kind of the base, and they are not wanting to continue on with that abuse. So they really just don't give a shit what we do, as long as we do our chores and things like that. And then if they're ordered to do things, then they have to do that, you know, or they'll get in trouble. So they will. So here's like, this was um this one was Arkeem and Rocco, you know, because I remember Rocco as well. I have memories of him in here too. So yeah, this was like Rocco.
Wow.
I tried to get a good image of him, of what I remember
Your
seeing.
drawings
So
are really good. Your drawings are amazing, you know?
well, these are like from, you know, the AI stuff, but I try to find something that matches exactly, you know, and
Yeah.
then, but these are just more of what happened and everything. And my altar there, my name was Raylene, you know, and
Yeah.
I got there at age 7 and I stayed there, and it's a time loop. So it just continued on. We just stayed in that time loop for the longest time, you know. They just, and yeah, there's like lots of things in this book. This was a deeper, because I the the emotional trauma happened a lot here at Montauk, you know. So yeah.
Kate's Allow has a question. I think I could even answer this. He says, he says, he says, does this mean breakaway civilizations are people on Tertullian back? I would say no. I mean, the breakaway civilizations are going to be like your Nazis, your Knockoff, and your Kruger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are the
Hmm.
20 back or SSP experiencers. I think he
Hmm.
has it a little.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. It's hard to you can get it confused really easily, you know. So yeah, that's right though, Rob.
Yeah. Let me see here. Uh, you, do you find different star families have distinct healing frequencies or signatures from what you're, you know what I mean? Like, do you pick up something different from the Pleiadians than you do from the Syrians or Andromedans or something like that?
Yeah, because like the Octurians, you know, they're more like they, as I can kind of hear them, they hum, and it's like a singing kind of frequency, high vibe with the Octurians. So if you were needing healing, I would call like the Octurians to come and do a healing for you. You know, if you resonate with them first. You know, this is just from my own opinion. You know, you don't have to do it if you don't feel like doing that. You know, but like Octurian, they're high frequency, and they can like put you in like a healing chamber kind of thing, like a bed, like I would think it's like a med bed is what I see always. It's like blue light, and so you would just do that in the astral to for the healing. But like the Syrians, they, I kind of see like the dolphins with them. They're warriors too, you know, so that's how I kind of feel with. I would ask, if you're gonna do ask for healing, I would ask the Arcturians, or even the Andromedans, you know, too. It's kind of like your higher self, really, too. So it's kind of your own preference, really, you know. So
Yeah.
there's not one that's higher or nothing. Every person is gonna kind of experience it different too, according to where they're at, you know. So it's whatever you resonate with most. That's going to be what's right for you, you know?
Yeah. And let me see here. You do soul retrievals as well. Do you
Yeah,
feel like those
in
are
my
really
readings.
beneficial? And have you found that like a beneficial tool for
Yeah.
people to kind of reclaim their sovereignty?
Yeah, you know, like because I seen Geronimo, he had appeared in my mind to, and then I asked Ivan Teller, what's this connection? Because I see him sitting right here in front of me, and like him showing me different medicines and everything of how to mix medicines and stuff. And then he went like this, and he was showing me like he was like an owl, like he could see in the dark, you know, see with his eyes closed. And then he asked if I would help him retrieve his fragments of his family that was still, I guess, lost, you know, because when he like during his time he had come back from wherever, I don't know if he was on a raid or whatever, but his whole family was killed. And then so he just set the house on fire. And so he was asking me if I would help kind of it's like scanning the area, and then it's like, so they're lost, you know, like stuck or bound, maybe. So, however, and then I was like a giant, and I just swooped them up, and then just like, you know, gave them to source light, however, you know, like that. So that's that part, and so that's kind of how I do with the soul retrieval. I can help find these lost aspects, like children too. I've seen and heard them crying, like it's like a fractal though. It's not like, but they're like in dimensions. So it's like there's like all these dimensions, or frequencies or something like this. It's like bunch of, so it's like weaving through things, trying to find it because they're like hidden in these pocket things. And so I go and I just stand there till they come out, till they're ready to come out, and then just help them lift up. I ask like Archangel Michael or whoever it is that I'm um it's like whoever it is that enters my mind to call, so if it's an archangel or if it's um you know my guides or whoever, it's just different.
Yeah. I was
Hmm.
looking through some of the comments here. This is from Level Plane Productions. She says, I've heard telepathic singing before too. It was like the most angelic choir of many beings just combined singing. It was amazing. Huh.
And it made me think of, how the little kids with autism, how they're nonverbal. And then they kind of, you'll hear how they speak. It's kind of like a singing kind of thing too, how it's like repetitive, kind of like a pattern. So they kind of do that, but their voices sounds kind of like that too. Hmm. That's what I
Yeah.
thought when I.
Um, yeah, that's cool. Let me see here. I was looking through the questions. Um, uh, do you feel like
Mhm.
there's a reason why a lot of us starseeds are incarnating now? Is it a planetary rescue
Yeah.
mission, or do you feel like it's like a soul graduation or something like that?
Like this, because like in the book I wrote, like with the starseed story, that there was like a calling for us, like all the starseeds. So we were called to come here to assist and help Mother Earth raise the frequency because she was going to be in trouble, So that's what I wrote about in this, that this on the starseed story in this book, and it's the see how long that story is, and I couldn't believe I wrote that right after my awakening. So that's, and I was being sent to come help, and I didn't want to at first because I didn't want to leave my home, And then so I finally did, and because it was like an important mission for me to come here, So then it said that all the starseeds are being called to Earth to assist the Earth. And bring her back to peace and harmony, and a balanced and natural frequency of Earth, So,
Yeah, I agree. And
but
then
all the
what?
star seeds are they come here. They're like putting probably the most of us is putting some we're probably most of us is like there's like a I've heard too that there's like when we all come here that we all have a frequency that we come here with, but it's like some of us were tagged by maybe the dark or something with that, and so they want to take our light or our frequency and use that for their own benefit, our spiritual gifts and abilities, and that's why we are taken and into these, abductions, the alien abduction, the secret space. So they take a fractal of our consciousness and use that in all of these different programs that are going on, because we have these psychic abilities and all of our spiritual gifts.
I agree.
Hmm.
And guys, I guess we can start taking calls now. Oh, I dropped some. If you guys want to call in, the number's 573-877-7637. If you have a question for Christy or me, or if you have a comment about the book or something cool you want to say,
Yeah.
that's why. So the lines are open. So yeah, and then if and then the number's on the screen if you want to call from outside the United States too. So you can definitely do
Mhm.
that. And then okay, what about crystals, sound, and art? Like what role do crystals and sound play in your like healing and activation sessions?
Like crystals, you use those. You just tell it what you need it to do. So it's, you program it and then it works for you. So all your tools work for you. You cleanse them when you first get them, and cleanse them after each session you do or every day. And you can cleanse them with sea salt or sage. There's lots of ways to cleanse your tools, or in the sun or however you want to do. So you can find that like information online of how to cleanse your tools and everything. But just wearing like different things to protect you while you do your things, because of all the EMFs and people's thought forms and stuff that we kind of pick up on when we go to Walmart or the grocery store, whatever, then we come back and we're tired, so these like bracelets that you wear and stuff like that, they just kind of assist with your protection with their energy.
This one's
That's
from
what I think anyway. That's
I,
in my opinion.
yeah.
Hmm.
Oh my! This is from Kitsalau. He says, "I hear we must heal to obtain our gifts." Do you think that's true?
That you must heal. Well, some people are just naturally gifted, like right out right when they're little, they automatically can do stuff. So that's not. I mean, that's not true. It's because ever, you know, it's I don't know with that part, Some people can are gifted and that stays with them throughout their whole life. They don't have to heal. There's nothing to heal. Maybe they don't have any trauma. They're just, already can see spirits or however, so it's different.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mhm.
And let's see here. What if you could leave listeners with one activation or message from your star ancestors? What would it be?
Wait, if what?
If you
What?
could leave the listeners with one activation or message from the star ancestors, what would it be?
I mean, that's going to be for my own thing, Everybody has their own message of what would like with the activation, um and it's more each person's frequency too. So it's I can help if I'm one-on-one with you in that way, us talking and stuff. But um if I could say like to help the person, they could just find something that they really enjoy doing the most, whether it's painting or drawing, um meditating, yoga, whatever it is that brings them within themselves, and start to just kind of be with themselves more, listening to themselves more, um, and just staying kind of quiet away from things, all the talk outside. So that's how you kind of find your awakening, you know,
I
that
agree.
is. Hmm.
Uh, and let me see here. And oh, there was a question here from Marantha O'Rourke, and Marantha says,
Hmm.
"How can we find out
Hey,
more about
Marinta,
what is P?"
how can we find out whether we are SSP? There's like an energy signature that I can see on a lot of the people too. But if you resonate with like some of the videos of all the SSP videos and stuff, and feel like you remember being there, that kind of sparks that. Or if you go to like a reading and then they tell you they saw, this, so it's just kind of exploring all these things. If you resonate with it, you might ask a channeler if you don't know, or get a reading from someone, if they can tell, and then maybe they can help you see where maybe you were in the secret space program, or if you remember swimming with dolphins, or being on Mars, or being in a spaceship, or working with aliens. So there's most of us have that have been taken into these programs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Most
and
most of us have, but our memories are wiped, So a lot of people, they don't remember, and that's what they don't want people to remember.
do you think a large part of the population is being used? Do you think, like, and against, like, and not remembering? Like a large part?
I think the more we wake up the frequency, then it will help those that, help with their frequency. So if you raise your frequency, then you start to question things more, So, mhm.
Yeah. And then where can people find more about your sessions, your artwork, and your books, and like what's the best place to get a hold of you and stuff like that?
I can be found on my YouTube channel, and then my email is christy.campbell.11@gmail.com. If you want to book a reading, and it's $44 for an hour session over Zoom, and we can set that up, and I record it and send you the recording, so and then I'm on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram too. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then we have a couple more questions. These just came in. This one's from Flix Love. She says, "What's the difference between reading a book and reading a person? Like, that doesn't make sense." I don't
Reading,
know.
well, like reading that's your own time and like that. Like you can take your time and pick out whichever book you want, like that too. But I mean, with reading the books, if you're talking about my books, then that's going to be my experiences. So I'm sharing with you my experiences in these programs, in the SSP, the My Labs, and all that. So that's going to be my experiences. So that might help you or not, you just might have interest in that. Or if you get a reading, then that's going to explore light language and other of the ET experiences. You can ask questions, and I can just help you find like the star family, or programs if you think you might be like in the SSP, or I can help you if you kind of give me some memories that you have, like that too. So I can see things.
Yeah. And this one's from Pisces, and I think this is a he or she. He says, "Any more Sasquatch experiences, Christy?"
And the Sasquatches are all around this area here in southeast Oklahoma, so I don't see them physically, but I know that my dad also sees them we see them in our mind, our mind's eye, they appear, so my dad's had a lot of experiences with the Sasquatch where he sees them even running by this main street, and the dogs just go crazy outside and they see it, and he saw it like a orb. Um, so yeah, this area is really active here in Oklahoma.
Yeah. It seems like they're all over the place, right? The Sasquatch, like
Yeah,
they're they're
yeah,
they're they're like, and they can teleport. They can do all kinds of crazy shit. You
hmm
know what I mean? Like
yeah,
they can appear in one place and then be in another place, right?
yes,
Like, yeah.
interdimensional.
Um, yeah. Let me see here. There's another great comment here. And it's not working. I don't understand. Okay. Um, okay, there we. Oh, why is this not working? I don't know what's going on. Okay. This is one from Kith Lau. He says, "What do you think deja vu is?" I get deja vu all the
There's,
time. I feel like it's like something with like past life stuff. I don't know, like or maybe parallel lives. I don't, it could be a lot
yeah,
of things.
kind of like you've done that before, or it's like a check point that you're kind of on track with things. So it kind of can mean a little bit for different for each person too. But I feel like it's just like a checkpoint almost, to where that's how I kind of see it. Like it's a like you planned this lifetime out before, so it's like a checkpoint that you're on track in a way. So it's like a memory or something like that. That's how it's like a feeling like this feels like I've been here before, so it's like something that you've planned out.
Yeah, and Booster says that's so cool. You're doing calls. Get that Art Bell style going. Yeah, guys, you can definitely call in. Like usually people are
Mm-hmm.
calling. Like we usually need someone to like kind of break the seal. So like like sometimes like it just takes one or two people to call in. But like, if we don't get any calls tonight, that's okay. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be every night. And, you know, but I mean, yeah, you guys can definitely call in and ask Christy a question, ask me a question. And, yeah. And let me see here. I put the number at the bottom of the screen too. And,
Vicey asked if the Sasquatch leave any rocks or presents. They don't.
yeah. Did they,
Not that I've
did
seen.
you ever like gift exchange with them or anything like that? No,
Well,
I guess not.
I offer the land and everything tobacco, you know, so that's one way you could honor like the land and all the spirits and stuff, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this has been fascinating, Christy. Like, I was just, is there anything else you want to leave the audience with before we finish up for tonight? And yeah, thanks. This was great.
Yeah, y'all can again find my books here. There's like all my different art books and all the experiences, and then the children's book too. The children's book, all of these books is on Amazon, you know, so if you want to look at those, and I put some pictures in the description part of on Amazon so you can see. And if you wanted to book a reading with me, I use my cards that I made all of them, and find me on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, and or just email me if you want to book a reading, you know.
Yeah, guys, and book a reading with Christy, but definitely support her work. Get her books. Like, honestly, like, you know, she put a lot of hard work into her books. I know you guys are gonna love it, and you know, it's gonna activate you people who are, you know, trying to you know, recover memories and stuff like that. You know, so yeah. And thank you, Christy. This was awesome.
Thank you all for being here.
All right, have a good night, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and